Hi, I'm Hedgeye founder and CEO Keith McCullough. I'm excited to announce the Hedgeye on the Prize tournament. I challenge you to compete in this simulated investing tournament to win some serious money. We'll be awarding weekly and monthly cash prizes along with the big grand prizes. Along the way, we'll teach you how to take your investing to a whole new level. I hope you'll join us. I'll be coaching you every step of the way.
Daniel, good morning.
Good morning, Casey. So in today's note, I have a chart that goes through the promotional intensity in the grocery CPG category. And I think it's going to be a useful tool for, looking at the revenue side of gross margins, not the cost side. We know the cost side is terrible, but this will give us a little idea on the revenue side. And, like you would expect, though, the promotional intensity has really plummeted in the CPG category, starting in late July, with the Delta variant. I guess when consumers aren't driven to the grocery store, aren't driven to purchase, they don't have to, the retailers don't have to push promotion. So you can see that in chart form, I think, pretty well. The one interesting aspect, though, that I wouldn't have sort of thought, but maybe it makes sense, is that the promotional intensity is much higher in non-edibles versus edibles. So food, it's almost flat year over year. In some categories lower, like beverages, but in non-edibles, especially in general merchandise and in home care, it's actually much higher year over year. So that's an interesting twist that I hadn't thought of, but that's in our note today.
Excellent. And any updated thoughts, Daniel, in terms of SunOpta? It fits a lot of the style factors that Keith's looking for in the team in terms of a quad 2 setup here, smaller cap and higher beta, et cetera, along with milk prices up 15% last week and just continuing to head higher. Any sort of particular read-throughs there, good, bad, or otherwise?
Well, the read-throughs have been strong. The oat milk sales are continue to be quite strong. It tends to fluctuate a little bit on those, like the POS data, because of Oatly shortages. So the more in stock Oatly is, the better the oat category appears. But SunOpta is generally supplying oat milk producers who are lower priced than Oatly, so that helps. And they don't have to raise prices along with dairy, right? So those prices have been stable according to our price tracker. So the more that milk prices go up would help. I don't think that many people cross shop just based on price. It's usually based on all those other preferences, but it would only help. Maybe people try if dairy prices are going to be the same, then maybe they're like, well, maybe I should try one of these plant-based milks. So that would only help them, if dairy prices continue to go up.
And what is typically the lag there? I mean, different products you see it go through the supply chain and ultimately the pricing power. I mean, what's the lag where people are going to really start to see the change in the market relative to alternative milks, staying relatively stable and maybe a better alternative?
Well, generally, consumers are, it hasn't been that way during the pandemic, but in general, consumers reflect price increases right away. Like, that's why inflation is terrible for staples, because people will switch to private label or anything almost immediately, right? People tend to, if you look at the whole country, right, people will reflect that in their purchases. A lot of people are on fixed budgets, but with one of the elements of the pandemic is, one, some people are a lot less sensitive on prices because they're grocery shopping is what they're limited to do, and then the other part is there's a lot of government payments or transfer payments to people, so they seem to be less price sensitive. So this is sort of a unique, almost 2 years where there's just a lot less sensitivity than there has been in the past, but that changes with those transfer payments as well.
Got it. Thanks, Daniel.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.